Okay, I think everyone can see my screen here. We're just on the CSE platform main page. And here, I'll just post the link here in the chat. So if to start off, as we'll let people trickle in, if for some reason you haven't gotten your login credentials just yet, or maybe you're attempting to log into the platform and you're not able to get to this landing page that I'm showing on the screen right now, please feel free to email Playbook at chiragshahcoaching.com. I'll post it in the chat. And myself or a member of the team will look into your specific account issue if you're having one. If not, no worries. We'll proceed with the session right now. So welcome. Glad we have new members here. We have some existing members from what I can tell as well. And essentially this session, along with this morning session, was geared towards getting you acclimated with the CSE platform and kind of where to find everything, where you will be able to start seeing things as we progress into the summer-fall season in the next couple of weeks, with Chirag's sessions starting on July 10th. So Monday, July 10th is when Chirag will continue his Playbook sessions. And let's see here. Okay, thanks, Joseph. Yep, I'll cover that as well once we get to that portion of the site. So thank you for the reminder there. And let's get started. Let's see. So we're going to click on the Get Started section, and that's kind of where you might want to start off, particularly if you just signed up recently or just recently accessed the platform today. You'll essentially want to update your profile. And by doing that, and I'll just bring you to mine just so that you can see what you're going to see on your end, is anything that you'd like in terms of profile fields related to you. For instance, a headshot is kind of first and foremost. It'll allow other members to know who you are and find you on the platform and kind of affiliate a name with a face. And you can do that by visiting the profile section and clicking the edit button, and it'll bring you to the page that we're currently looking at right now. You can change your profile picture. You can upload any picture file that you have on your desktop or from your Compass agent page as well. And essentially anything that you can or will be able to edit can be found in this section. Some of those fields include like your email address, your phone number, social media handles, particularly if you have Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, etc. And any other information that you'd like to include, particularly as it relates to your personal bio, for instance. A helpful way for anyone else to kind of read up on you. And particularly if you have a Compass landing page, a team page, etc., you can kind of customize it to how you'd like it to read for your profile. So that's just kind of basic, your profile, just getting it up to date so that once we get the program going and people familiarize themselves with who you are and what region you're in, it becomes more effective to find you. And kind of mentioning region just now, as part of your name, and I see that some of you have already done that, in the Zoom chat here is where a lot of you I see have included what particular part of the country you service. So I see Seattle and East Side, I see Denver, I see Nashville, Tennessee. So if you want to mimic the same kind of concept to your profile, you can definitely do that as well. So for instance, if I were to service a particular area, I would maybe put my first last name and then, a dividing symbol there and maybe put New York, New York, or New York, Westchester, New York, depending on where I am in the country. So feel free to do that in this section right here where you have a name field. So let's go back to home for a sec and the getting started section. So that was just covering your profile. Pretty easy there. Resource library we will see more of that as we kind of proceed with the program in the coming weeks. And essentially, what you will want to focus on are Playbook Summer Fall 2023 all members. And that can be found right here in the coaching content section. As of right now, because it's a start to the summer fall program, there is no content here yet. But once Chirag goes into more detail with the program, there'll be material that he shares. It could be in the form of a Google Doc. For instance, there will be something called Today's Action Steps that you'll get more familiarized with as we start with the program. And you can make copies of that document for yourself once it's posted. If there are any other resources that are PDF related, that are Google Slides related, that are any other file type, you will likely notice in this section. And I know I'm jumping a little bit ahead, but I'm going to also show you where you will find related resources to the session as well. So if, let me just pick a better example here. So in the same vein, for each of Chirag's sessions, there will be a related resources section, which will also include any resources associated to that day's session. So for instance, if there are any action steps, they'll be posted here as a document for you to make yourself a copy of. If there are any shared PDFs, slides, a website link, a YouTube link, or a video link, they'll be posted here as well. Within 24 business hours normally for Chirag sessions, but our team tries to get them up as quickly as possible, depending on bandwidth. But in any case, the session pages themselves, plus anything found in the coaching content section, will have the resource for that particular session in mind. And now that we're kind of on this page, to answer Joseph's question in the chat, you can add Chirag's sessions by clicking on that Google Calendar link where it says click here. And in this case, we're looking at the upcoming 7:10, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time session. So by clicking that Google Calendar link, it'll allow you to, and I'll show you guys in real time, add all of these particular sessions for Monday and Tuesdays from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to your Google Calendar as well. One tip that the West Coasters may notice as in terms of like the time zone matter is that Pacific Standard Time won't appear until you click save. So it'll redirect your Google Calendar entry for this to Pacific Standard Time once you click save. Okay, let's exit out of here. And now that we're talking about sessions and events, this section here of the platform, you'll notice anything that's upcoming events will appear here for you. If for some reason, right now I'm kind of on my administrator login credentials, so I can see a few different other programs, but if it's something that, for instance, you don't particularly have access to, you will receive a notification that says, I believe it's web page restricted or something of that sort. But if for some reason you feel like you clicked on today's session and you're just not getting access, or it says restricted, you will see an info@Chirag Shah Coaching email appear for you, and you can reach out to our team through there to see what may be happening. It may just be something as simple as this week we're doing onboarding, so your account just may be in the queue to get registered on our platform. So it may just be as simple as that, or it may be something more intricate that requires our dev team to look into, particularly if it's something related to your team account, your individual account, etc. But you'll always be prompted on a particular page if you can't access it to reach out to our team. So let's go back to sessions and events. So upcoming events up here on the left side, anything that's past event, for instance, today's session, once the recording's up and running, and I believe our cutoff time for when it moves over to past events is around 7 p.m. the night of. So you probably won't see today's session in the past events section until later this evening into tomorrow. So these two are kind of where you want to reference any events that are coming up or that have passed. And then with that being said, if you want to get more granular and search by, let's say, Chirag sessions only for all agents, you can do so on this left-hand side column. And then by clicking there on any particular type, you'll be redirected to the sessions that are applicable, in this case, only to Chirag. And then you can start reviewing what types of topics will be coming up in this session, in this season, sorry, of the playbook, summer fall 2023. And I'll just pick another one. This one is related to expert mentors for all members. So there will be expert mentors who come in and speak on, in this case, we have Kate Warren coming in to talk about content creation and social media management as it relates to real estate agents. We also have Joseph Wilson, who's a CPA tax advisor, coming back again this season to kind of go through, financial and tax planning for small businesses, particularly as real estate agents. That's kind of what you'd particularly be interested in if you'd be wanting to join any of his sessions as well. And you'll start seeing more expert mentor sessions pop up this week as well, depending on what membership access you have. So for instance, I'm just going to also demonstrate for team leaders and individuals, you'll see specifically targeted expert mentor sessions for these members as well. So sessions and events is essentially where you want to start. Upcoming events, Chirag sessions, and then you can kind of, proceed with all the other subsections depending on what your membership level is. And again, kind of going back to the beginning of this session, if you, for instance, are a team leader and you clicked on the team leader and individual agent section and it says restricted, or you come across a pop-up that you're uncertain as to why your access may be restricted, feel free to reach out to Playbook at chiragshahcoaching.com or the info@ email that will likely pop up for you, and we'll take a closer look. It may just be a matter of, your designation this week, because it's onboarding week, may just need to be updated, or there may be something else going on, but our team can always take a look. So no need to worry there. So that's session and events. Coaching content, we kind of just briefly went through it, but essentially you will see any coaching material that gets shared on the session and events pages from Chirag or any of the other expert mentor sessions as well. Here in the Playbook Summer Fall 2023 all members section. Nothing to show yet, but this is where you can find resources as they pop up throughout the course of the season. Community. This section here is where you can find not only groups, but also browse the member directory for individuals who are participating in the Playbook summer fall season. So as more members start joining, and as we work to get the winter spring members over into the summer fall groups, and I'll show you right now, you'll start seeing individuals here in this particular members tab. And as you can see, some of the morning folks who attended the onboarding session this morning requested access to this group. And I'll post it here for you all as well, especially if you're just joining us this part of the day. And as long as you're logged in to the CSC platform, you'll be able to access that link there and request access. And then before it goes bonkers, I'm just going to activate my sound real quick. Apologies about that. Let's see here, save changes. Great. And essentially in this group is where you'll see any updates that either members to members have with one another. I'll be shortly today recreating a forum similar to what we had in the winter spring season for like networking or referrals. So I'll create a similar forum type just to get things kicked off. And then as we proceed throughout the rest of the season, you'll likely see additional updates here as well. With that being said, email options right now for this particular group are only set to weekly emails. Of course, if you would like to not receive emails, you can more than likely go ahead and change those settings on your end. And you can click Save Settings. But for right now, overall universally, at least from my end, for this particular group, they're saved to weekly summary emails. Because there is no content here to kind of share, that you probably won't be receiving any notifications until anything does get posted or updated by the group. So stay tuned as more information comes on that. And then bonus content and archive. I see some existing members in this onboarding session today. So you'll likely see archival things that are specific to you. If maybe you were previously a part of Playbook from last year, it'll exist here. Winter Spring isn't here just yet. We just wrapped up the season last week. So things are kind of in limbo right now, but anything that you would expect to see as archive can be found as archive. Anything that's like bonus content that is shared from the CSE team as being a bonus module or deck or anything that's kind of just existing in there will be part of the bonus content sections as well. So these two are a little bit more static in nature, but they do appear on the platform. So kind of just going back a little bit. So back to the home page, you can find getting started, my groups, and my profile is essentially where you want to start. Particularly if you're just new and just joining us as of this morning on the platform, update your profile, get your headshot in, first, last name, maybe what region or market you service, and get acclimated with the upcoming sessions and events. This week, we're kind of just using for onboarding, getting everyone familiar with the platform, and figuring out any oddities with your accounts and making sure everybody's set up so that by the time July 10th rolls around, which is a Monday, everyone can join Chirag sessions without any kind of hiccup or delay or backup. So sessions and events, you can reference all the upcoming sessions and events on your platform, accessibility, and then you can also just kind of dig deeper as to what type of event categories they are, whether they're Chirag sessions, whether they're an expert mentor session for all members or expert mentor for individual agents and or team leaders, etc. So, this week can kind of be your tester week, just going into the platform and just seeing what you want to, add to your calendar or what you want to join directly from the platform. So let's pretend like it's 12:30 right now, even though it's 12:50. And, I was maybe running a little late to join today's onboarding session. I would just click join, and it would take me to the landing session page, and I can join directly here by the Zoom link. So everything is kind of in the platform for you to reference at any given point, as long as you're logged in and you can see all full details for that day's sessions and events. Let's see, I'll stop sharing for a bit. And if anyone has any questions so far, feel free to put them in the chat. Yep, the chat there is enabled. If anyone has any troubleshooting questions or anything specific to the playbook that they'd like to reach out on, you can also email playbook@chiragshahcoaching.com. I've just posted the email in the chat. Okay, Yep, let me reshare that here. One moment. Great. So if you want to add all of, in this case, Chirag sessions directly to your Google Calendar. So right now, with our CSE platform, you can't add all of these from the CSE platform to your respective calendars. So the way that we have right now to work around for this is to click on the upcoming session. So I'm just using 7:10 as the guinea pig here, is that you'll go here to click here to add all Google Calendar invites from Chirag sessions for Mondays and Tuesdays from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. And you can do that directly from the that day's session page. So just to get everyone started, I think what I'll do is I'll just share this link in the chat. Bear with me here. So this here will be the 7:10, 9:30 a.m. session, and that's where you can find the Google Calendar link. And here will be the same example, but for the PM session. So you can find both of the Google Calendar links for Chirag sessions, for instance, and that's the only one that it's available for, unfortunately, because if we try to get all the expert mentor sessions in the same way, it may be hundreds of events for everyone. So we don't want to bombard you all, but at the very least, if you've added Chirag sessions for both Monday and Tuesdays for those recurring times, at least you're covered in that sense for Chirag sessions. And then for everyone else, you can reference in the sessions and events section of the platform and kind of start adding expert mentor sessions at your own leisure. Just stop sharing for a second. Let's see if anyone has any other questions. Gotcha. Yep. So for any returning members, for the most part, the concepts that Chirag will be touching upon. So for instance, there are a few sessions coming up with regards to time blocking and prioritization, as well as effective communication and role playing. So concepts that you probably are familiar with from this past season will start to reappear as well, but there may be market specific subtopics that Chirag may point out or deliverables that will change depending on market conditions that come up in the next couple weeks, months, etc. So while the framework may seem similar to folks, a lot of the content might be different depending on what's happening currently in the market. And I know Chirag's been talking about recent Supreme Court cases and rulings with regards to buyer commission payments and things like that. So you may see some recurring themes, but there will be new ones as well. Let's see. I was unable to log in. Okay, great. Regina, if you can reach out to, if you haven't already, Playbook at ChiragShahCoaching.com. I've just posted it in the chat. Reach out there and provide me with any other information, and I'll look into your account settings just to make sure that you're properly registered on our platform, and then we'll go from there. Great, and I believe we have about 5 minutes left. If anyone has any other questions or comments or concerns, let me know in the chat. But otherwise, I'll let everyone kind of go along, and yeah, feel free to reach out via email. Normally, our team can get back to you within 24 business hours. We try to get back to you as quickly as possible. This week might be a little delayed given that we're onboarding new folks. We're, still transferring everyone over for winter, spring into the summer, fall program as well. But if anything comes up, just reach out and yeah, we'll get to your email as quickly as possible. But yeah, take time to explore the CSE platform, particularly the session and events, and just start kind of seeing, what you want to add to your calendar, particularly the Chirag Shah sessions that start on 7/10, both 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard and 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, Mondays and Tuesdays. And then expert mentor sessions, I think with the exception of Joe Wilson's tax and business planning, which I think is Tuesdays as of right now. All the other expert mentor sessions normally land on Wednesdays, Thursdays. So take a look at those as well. And there'll be more being added both today and tomorrow into the week. So yeah, keep an eye out. And if you have any questions, same email. Carolyn, tomorrow's onboarding session is the same. So yeah, if your questions were answered here today, either this morning or during this PM session, yeah, don't feel obligated to pop on again unless maybe you have a new exploratory question or finding that you found out during today's sessions. They're open to anyone, whether you're new or an existing member. So yeah, feel free to join us if you have a question or just want a refresher on the platform once more. But no, if you kind of gotten yourself squared away and buttoned away, no need to rejoin tomorrow. It's just more so we're just trying to capture all the new members or hopefully new members who will be joining this week with as many onboarding sessions as possible. And then Miriam, great. Yep, just reach out to Playbook at Chirag Shah Coaching with either the error that you're maybe seeing, or if you're just not able to log in, the email that you registered with, and I can look into the platform and see what may be happening there. So yeah, Playbook at chiragshahcoaching.com will kind of be your go-to email for any Playbook related questions. And Margaret, yes, so this is being recorded at the moment. The recording will be available within 24 business hours. A member of our team is actually kind of working on the AM version right now, so we'll try to get that up as quickly as possible, but the same will apply to the PM session as well. So both for today's AM and PM and for tomorrow's as well. So these onboarding sessions will be posted on the related CSE platform events page, which right now you can see in the upcoming events section, and eventually overnight will appear in the past events section of the CSE platform. But yeah, if no other questions, I'll give you guys a minute back of your time. And yeah, thank you for joining the Playbook Summer Fall 2023. And let me know if you have any questions. And otherwise, have a great rest of the week, everyone. Yes, Michael. Here. I will, for anyone who wants those direct Google links, shoot your email in the chat here, and I'll email those you directly. Otherwise, yeah, I know some folks may have just missed that part when I was talking about it, so feel free to email me and I'll email you back. Great. Great. Awesome. So yeah, expect a reply from me in a few minutes once we wrap up this session. But yeah, if no other questions, yeah, feel free to jump off and take some of your time back. And if you have any other new questions tomorrow, yeah, feel free to rejoin myself back at the 9:30 a.m. session or the 12:30 p.m. session. The selling system here. So Vishali, you will want to email this email that I'm going to post in the chat. Let me just make sure I've got the spelling right here. Yes, So this is the end-to-end email, which is a different offering that you just brought up. So that program's program manager will actually be the one who can help you out with any other questions related to end-to-end. Or if you made a purchase and there was something that needs an attention from their end, that's where you can reach out. Yep, exactly. Great. So unless there are any more questions, I will stop the recording.